You ever feel like no matter how much you study Spanish, fluency remains just out of reach? Maybe it's time to stop learning Spanish and start mastering Spanish. Let's get into it. In this video, we're talking about how to master Spanish faster if you're over the age of 40. Now, before we dive in, let's clear the air about some of these myths about learning Spanish as an adult, specifically for a person over 40. Myth número uno: I'm too old to learn a new language. Nope. No es verdad. Your brain may not be a sponge like a toddler's brain, but adults have one advantage that kids don't. Adults have logic and problem-solving skills. Those two things make learning more efficient. Here's myth número dos: it's too complicated. Spanish is actually one of the easiest languages for English speakers to learn. Don't believe me? Let's play a quick game. Vamos. Okay, so I'm gonna show you a series of pictures, and each picture will be followed up with a picture in the Spanish word. And then I want you to see, do you know the difference between the English word and the Spanish word? Take a look. Okay, en la primera foto tenemos doctor, right? Doctor. Pero en español, ¿qué es la palabra? Doctor. Doctor. Sí, I knew you knew that one. Vamos a mirar foto número dos. Aquí tenemos hotel. En español, hotel. Y en la tercera foto tenemos music. En inglés, ¿verdad? En español, música. See, you're practically already halfway there in knowing your Spanish. Well, close to it. Whatever. Now for the juicy part. Here's what you need to focus on to master Spanish quickly and easily, no matter what your age is, but specifically for somebody over 40. Número uno, focus on comprehensible input. Can't stress this one enough.
Wait, first of all, you're not going to speed past that like you didn't just say what you just said.
What's comprehensible input? Check it out. It's all about surrounding yourself with Spanish that you can mostly understand, even if you don't know every single word. Think of it like a puzzle. Your brain naturally fills in the gaps, helping you learn new words and grammar without even realizing. A lot of people like to call it using your context clues. Okay, so how do I focus on comprehensible input? Here are 3 ways that you can do that. Número uno, watch shows, movies, YouTube videos, weather reports, whatever it may be, in Spanish using Spanish subtitles. Read simple books, newspaper articles, comics, or captions on social media platforms. Y número tres, listen to music or podcasts where the language is clear and at your particular level. Okay, so here's a quick mini Profe power tip for you. The key is to find material that's just a little bit challenging, but still enjoyable. So look at it like this. When you understand context, your brain does the heavy lifting. So that way learning feels effortless. Recuerda, the more Spanish that you hear and see that you almost understand, the faster you'll level up. Okay, la segunda cosa. Learn useful phrases first. So forget the grammar drills for right now. I want you to focus on phrases that you'll use in actual day-to-day conversations. Por ejemplo, hola, ¿cómo estás? ¿Dónde está el baño? ¿Y cuánto cuesta? Here's mini Profe power tip número dos. These and many other phrases like them are going to be your secret weapons for real-life conversations. Okay, número tres. Use fun apps and podcasts. Download apps or listen to podcasts while walking, cooking, exercising, traveling. They make learning fun and bite-sized. Here's another mini Profe power tip for you. Being over 40, I'm pretty sure that your time is very valuable and you got a ton of things that you need to get done during the day. So essentially, use these fun ways to optimize your comprehensible input while you're working on less strenuous tasks throughout the day. Full transparency, I love using Spotify with the lyrics on the screen while I'm working out or when I'm on the treadmill, stair climber, elliptical, whatever. So basically, it's like having your own karaoke party in the gym. So what this is going to do is going to help you improve in 3 of the 4 ways that we use to learn languages. It's going to help you with your reading comprehension skills. It's going to help you with your speaking because you are saying the words or the lyrics to the song out loud. And it's also going to help with that pronunciation aspect as well as your comprehensible input or comprehension skills. So who's my favorite cantante in Spotify? Right now, it's a battle between old school versus new school. We got Maelo Ruiz from Puerto Rico y también tenemos Romeo Santos. It's like the Dominican Luther Vandross or something. But anyways, Those are my two favorites. Check them out on Spotify. They also have those lyrics where you can sing out loud and, do a little bachata or salsa, whatever you're listening to. Hey, real quick, two things. I want to thank you personally for taking time to watch this video, but did you know that over 76% of people who watch the videos here on Speak Spanish Now are not subscribed? And there's a good chance that you could be one of them. So make sure you're subscribed so you catch all of the fun tips, the creative strategies, and easy to follow lessons. The second thing is that my Spanish Made Simple challenge is coming up very soon, and I want to make sure that you are a part of it. It's a 5-day challenge where I guide you through some of the basics of learning Spanish, key tactics and strategies I've used with my clients and students for over the last 24 years. But more importantly, I want to encourage you to register for the VIP experience where we will spend an additional hour addressing specific questions you may have, as well as hands-on practice on how to properly listen, comprehend, and speak the language. So use the link below to get registered for the Spanish Made Simple Challenge, and I'll see you there. Now, let's get back to the rest of the video. All right, on to number 4, número 4, talk out loud. This might feel silly, crazy, because we always have this stipulation like, oh, he talks out loud to himself. Hey, this is totally different. We're actually learning a language here. I want you to talk out loud because doing so in Spanish is actually going to be a benefit for you. I mean, think of it like this. If you sing out loud in the shower or around the house, we're just replacing one thing with the other. Just start speaking in Spanish. I want you to try out phrases like, voy a cocinar pasta esta noche. Para describir el día, podemos decir, oh, es un buen día hoy. Little mini pro-fake power tip for you. Repetition builds confidence. Proper preparation produces better pronunciation. Coming in at number 5, tenemos find a language buddy, tutor, whatever. Gotta find one. I know you don't want to be out here like, man, I'm a little thirsty out here looking for somebody to practice my Spanish with. Get it. They've also got apps that you can use. Hello Talk is one. iTalki you can get on with. Tutors. Also Busuu, the app, you can use that as well. That's kind of not a one-to-one type thing of face-to-face, but it's an option. I would suggest finding somebody that's real, that you can have face-to-face conversations first. Try to find somebody that's also trying to learn the language, or if you can find a native speaker or somebody that has greater knowledge than you in the language. Whatever your options are, exercise those first, and then go ahead and move on to the apps. In-person conversations are going to accelerate your learning. We're talking about friends, colleagues, neighbors, Tatiana, who works the drive-thru at Burger King. I don't know, whoever you want to use. And that's literally a personal thing where I practice my Spanish with people that worked in fast food restaurants or restaurants. In my mind, they're never going to see me again, so why not just practice with them? Of course, if it goes over well, then I'm coming back and I'm going to continue to get the process going. You see what I'm saying? So there is a way, there's a method to the madness. For example, for me, find something that you like. Me, food, right? So I'm going to a Mexican restaurant, the same one, so that people know when I'm there, oh, Omar está aquí hoy. And then we get the conversation going. So you want to think about how can I get the most bang for my practice in the language? Visit same spots over and over again where you develop some type of relationship with the people that work there. Essentially, what's going to happen now is all they do is talk to you in Espanol. Or if they're trying to learn English, you're speaking in Spanish and they are speaking in English. It still works, right? It still works, especially if they understand what you're saying in Spanish and they respond correctly in English to what you said in Spanish. Now we've got our flow going. Pretty dope too if you've never seen it before happen in real time. Mini pro-fake power tip here. Native speakers love when you attempt to speak their language. So continue to do so. So when was the best time to start learning Spanish? Yeah, that was ayer. That was yesterday. The second best time? Ahora mismo, right now. So what I want you to do here is pick one phrase that we've covered today, and I want you to practice it 5 times today. Then I want you to try it out with un hispanohablante or una hispanohablante, a Spanish speaker. Doesn't really matter who it is. Now, not only incorporating the 4 steps that we discussed today in this video will jumpstart your language journey in Spanish, the real key is listening to content in Spanish for extended periods of time. Now, how long should you do that? I'm talking about 3 to 6 months. Not like some of these people that are out here in YouTube world saying that they became fluent in 30 days. I don't know what the rush is, but essentially you want to take that time for 3 to 6 months and just constantly inundate or flood your brain with Spanish for 3 to 6 months. And we've covered all of the various ways that you can do so. That's what I truly believe the best way to start. So if you're starting from scratch or you're starting over and you need a crystal clear blueprint, check out this video right here where I break down the best way for you to learn Spanish, starting off from zero or starting over. Check this out and I'll meet you over there. Soy Profe Don Omar, your guide to how to speak Spanish now.